how can I be a contribution today? Can you imagine how much better of a place the world would be if every single person got up each day before they got out of bed thinking that question? How can I be a contribution today? The word contribute means to bring together. So it's a word that focuses on connection. When we contribute something to someone, we are creating connection, and that's what life is all about. The happiest, most fulfilled and thriving lives are about connection. And so I heard this phrase, how can I be a contribution today, in this book called The Art of Possibility. And I read it several years ago, and as I'm looking back, I'm like, man, I want to reread this book because it was so good. And so the idea of being a contribution looks like this. Kind of what the authors propose is that you get up each day and you declare yourself as a contribution. Like, I am a contribution. Like, I have the potential every single day to be a gift to the world, to be a gift to the people that I come in contact with. Can you see how that mindset alone, it just starts to shift how we show up and how intentional we are? If we're like, oh, I'm already a gift. It's not arrogant, but I'm already a gift. I mean, you are a gift, just to even be alive is a gift. And so how can you take that and how can you contribute and add something to other people's lives over the course of the week? So I want to give you a challenge to consider, to think about what are all of the ways that you have contributed, either big or small, over the past week. All the things you can think of. Write an inventory of that. Jot that down. Put it in the notes section on your phone. Write it in a journal. Write it on a scrap paper. Write down all of the ways. Think back. What are all the ways you've contributed over the past week? I'll give you a couple examples just to get your memory going. If you're having trouble thinking of them. So I had a couple wonderful ladies in my life that I've worked with as clients and colleagues that had the presence of mind to send me 2 handwritten thank you notes this week, and I got them in the mail, and I was so excited. Like, I love snail mail as much as anybody else, and so that was a way that they contributed to me, so they could put that on their list. And then my husband wasn't feeling so well this week, and so had a sore throat. And so each day after school, he's a teacher, and each day after school I would put out a mug on the counter with a bag of throat coat tea, so that he had one less thing to do when he got home, and he could just put some hot water on and pour it in and have a cup of tea to kind of make him feel better. So think about it. What can you do to be a contribution today? And feel free to leave a list below of all of the ways you've contributed, or even some of the ways that you've contributed over the past week. And I bet just with people reading the goodness that you've put in the world, it'll inspire them to be more intentional and for them to add more goodness and love into the world as well.